5 ingredients we will be using for tonight's dinner: barbecue sauce, strawberry jelly, meatballs, rice, and mixed vegetables. All I'm going to do is combine these 3 in a pot and these 2 in a pot with some water. We're going to make kind of like a fried rice. I guess not really, because it's not going to be fried. It's just going to be rice with vegetables in it. And then these meatballs, I got this idea from Tiffany Beeston. I don't have grape jelly, which is what she said to use, so I'm just using strawberry jelly. I don't have a lot of barbecue sauce, so we are at the end of a grocery shop here and just winging it with what we have left. Okay, in this pot we have 2 cups of water, 1 cup of rice, 1 cup of frozen vegetables. It is a combination of carrot, corn, peas, green beans, and lima beans. Doesn't really matter what the combination is, that's just what I had. And then in here we have our meatballs, our strawberry jelly, and our barbecue sauce. I am just going to put a lid on both of these pans, let them cook for 20 minutes, and dinner will be ready. Here's what it looks like when it's finished. Got just your rice and vegetables, and then your meatballs with your sauce. I may add butter and salt to this. I haven't decided yet, but we've got butter, salt, and pepper in the house, so if I feel like the rice needs a little bit extra flavor, I might add that. The 5 ingredients for tonight's dinner: 1 pound of crisp bacon, 2 cups of oat milk, 6 slices of bread, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, and 8 eggs. You'll want to combine all of these ingredients into a 9x9 baking dish. We have 8 eggs whisked, 2 cups of oat milk, 1 teaspoon of dried mustard, 6 slices of cubed bread, and then I've just sprinkled our bacon on the top. I'm going to cover this and refrigerate it for 8 hours. Here's what your dish will look like after it has sat in the refrigerator for 8 hours. You can see that the bread has expanded. We love doing breakfast type meals for dinner. This is something that I'll serve this on a weekend for dinner, and that way I can just prep it in the morning and let it sit all day before baking it at night. Here's what it will look like after it has baked at 350 degrees for 1 hour. Tonight for dinner, we're going to make pizzas on the Traeger. The 5 ingredients you will need: pizza dough, pepperoni, marinara sauce, mozzarella cheese, and a white sharp cheddar cheese. If you make dough from scratch, obviously you'll be using more than 5 ingredients. I did make this dough. I will link in a card above my recipe. However, you can buy pre-made pizza dough just at your regular grocery store. The Traeger has been preheated to 350 degrees. We put a pizza stone inside of the Traeger itself while it's heating up, and then just transfer the pizza onto the pizza stone. The key here to get your crust to come off of the tray that you've prepared it on onto your stone is to put a layer of cornmeal on the bottom, and then it'll slide right off onto your barbecue. This is what your pizza will look like after it's been on the Traeger for 15 minutes. My husband did about halfway through just kind of shift the pizza around to make sure that it was well cooked on the entire bottom of the crust. Here's the second pizza that we're putting on. This is really good. It does give it a little bit of a smoky flavor, and my family absolutely loves this dish. Here are the 5 ingredients for tonight's dinner. We have chicken thighs, a ranch packet, an au jus packet, some pepperoncinis, and some mini golden potatoes. I'm going to quarter these mini potatoes and then put everything into the Instant Pot for 30 minutes. I'm just gonna set the Instant Pot manual for 30 minutes, drop in these chicken thighs, these seasoning packets. I will be adding 2 cups of water to the bottom of the pot, quarter the potatoes, and then put some of these pepperoncinis on top. Ordinarily, I would do this with a pot roast and make Mississippi pork, I think it's called. Mississippi beef, Mississippi pot roast. I don't really remember what it's called. Some Mississippi something that you make with a pot roast. But in my area, there is a shortage of meat and you can't buy pot roast, I guess. So there's a limit that you can only buy 2 packages of any meat at a time. So this is what I was able to get. And I do put the 2 cups of water in the bottom, and then I put this grate in. I'm going to stack the rest of the ingredients on top. I don't like the potatoes sitting on the bottom of the pot. I feel like they cook a little bit better if they're lifted up a little bit with this grate. Some of the potatoes will fall through, and that's fine. That's just how I like to prevent all of them from being in the water on the bottom of the pot. Here's what it looks like once it's all in the Instant Pot. Most of these recipes call for like 3 or 4 of these little peppers. That's my favorite part of the whole dish. So I do half the jar, including the liquid. I've got the potatoes on the bottom. I took 4 chicken thighs, cut them in half, and sprinkled on top the au jus and the ranch packet, dumped the liquid from half of a jar of pepperoncinis and then half of the actual pepperoncinis. And then as a reminder, we've got 2 cups of water on the bottom of the pot. We're just kind of stacking up our ingredients. I'm gonna put the lid on this and cook it on manual pressure for 30 minutes. This dish is super flavorful and one of my family's favorites. You can also add green beans, you can add some broccoli, any vegetable of choice would go well, I think, with this dish. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face on the right side of your screen. And if you would like to watch an additional video that I have created, you can go ahead and click on the video on the left side of your screen. I hope you're all staying happy and healthy. Bye.